Lester Levenson used to talk about something he called the K.I.S.S theory. The K.I.S.S theory is keep it simple, sweetheart. Keep it simple, sweetheart. And he was talking about the ways in which we resist going free. The ways we resist our being our very own beingness. By resisting our thoughts, feelings, emotions, the world, and so on. Repressing, suppressing thoughts and feelings and emotions, such as AGFLAP. And AGFLAP is apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, and pride. A quiet mind is simple, right? So keeping it simple is not getting all caught up in some complicated philosophy or theory or even method or even, meditation. I mean, there's a lot of schools of thought that really just complicate and muck everything up. So the best way is to always keep it simple. Being our very own beingness is simple. What we just need to do is uncover who we really are, who we already are. It's always here, right now, with us. It's just layered over with conditioning and all of the programs. The AGFLAP. AGFLAP, apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, pride, that's a survival program. As Lester used to say, it's on guard 24/7. We're on guard 24/7 with our thoughts. And then most people, they don't take responsibility for their thoughts and feelings and emotions. And so that's just another way of separating ourselves from beingness. We'll label it unconscious or subconscious, but that's not claiming responsibility. So when we take full responsibility, when these things come up, or when we're feeling these things, these feelings, emotions, thoughts, that's a way to begin to undo the programs and let them go. And Lester used to say, thinking is motivated by our feelings. And the mind is the totality of our thoughts and feelings. And then the mind sets up the body. So, like Lester said, using the mind to quiet the mind is impossible. You can't use the mind to undo the mind. Does that make sense? We can quiet the feelings. We can quiet and release the non-loving feelings, in other words, the AGFLAP, as it comes up. Because, like Lester said, underneath the AGFLAP, everyone is a Christ, all love. Underneath the AGFLAP, everyone is a Christ, all love. That's who we really are already, right now. We don't have to aspire to that, to be that. We don't have to strive for that, grasp for that, for years and years and years. We are already that. So, remember, keep it simple, sweetheart. Remove the static of the AGFLAP and change the picture in your mind by releasing the AGFLAP. Now, Lester said there are 3 states. The most limited state, which most people are in, is a state of having or havingness. And it's paradoxical because it's not actually havingness, it's wantingness. It's wanting. It's the most limited state. It's where one is wanting and striving for more money, possessions, for things of this world, for example. And that's where all the AGFLAP is. That's where the apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, and pride is in havingness. When one is able to release the AGFLAP as it's coming up or as it comes up, and it gets easier and easier. And actually, here's the key. As Lester also taught, when you want freedom more than you want anything else in the world, it happens. And it can happen fast. It can happen instantaneously. So you have to want freedom more than you want anything in the world. Okay, so that's where the AGFLAP is. And then as you're able to remove and let go of the AGFLAP, you move up to courageousness and acceptance, which is the second state of doing or doingness. Now, in that state, there is still, you're still driven, you're still striving in a state of courageousness and acceptance, but it's the middle state that Lester describes. And when you move up from courageousness and acceptance into the highest quote unquote state, speaking, hierarchically, is the state of being, the state of beingness, and that is pure peace. So the key is wanting freedom more than wanting anything else in the world. And as we let go of the AGFLAP, what happens is more AGFLAP will rise to the surface. More AGFLAP will come up because you're uncovering levels of programming, conditioning, and garbage, basically. And at the same time quieting the mind. And when you have no attachments and no aversions, that's when you become free. So remember the KISS theory. Keep it simple, sweetheart. And I'll probably talk more about this. And this information is from Lester Levenson's Private Lessons CD. I'll post a link under the video. Until next time, peace and blessings.